This video may disturb you, not because it's about manipulation, we see manipulation every day, but because this form of manipulation has a very specific, horrifying target: children. And it doesn't happen in dark alleys or broken homes. It happens in hospitals, in pediatric wards, in the arms of someone smiling with concern. And it's carried out by the very person who is supposed to protect them, a parent, most often the mother. As someone who believes in protecting the innocent and exposing manipulation in its darkest, most deceptive forms, I have to speak up, because only those who stay awake can become guardians, not only of themselves, but of those who cannot protect themselves. This is not your typical psychological condition. It's rare, but incredibly dangerous. It's a form of child abuse disguised as devotion. Let's talk about Munchausen by proxy, now officially called Factitious Disorder Imposed on Another. In Munchausen by proxy, the caregiver intentionally causes or fabricates illness in another person, usually their own child, to adopt the role of the heroic, selfless parent. They might poison food, administer medications that create symptoms. They might even induce seizures, tamper with medical samples, or lie outright about the child's condition. But why would a mother deliberately make her child sick? Not for money, not for revenge, but for attention, for praise, for emotional validation. These individuals crave the role of the savior. They don't just want to be seen as caring. They need to be. It becomes their identity, their value, their power. Psychologically, this is rooted in a deep narcissistic wound. Many have grown up invisible, neglected, emotionally starved. Now they rewrite the story. They become central. They create drama, and the child becomes the stage. Here's the terrifying part. These perpetrators are often well-liked. Doctors and nurses may describe them as involved, committed, loving. Sometimes they even have medical training themselves, which makes them harder to suspect and harder to stop. Meanwhile, the child lives in a constant medical nightmare. Tests, surgeries, treatments they don't need, pain that makes no sense, and worst of all, no one believes them. Because the abuser controls the narrative, and everyone trusts the mother. Now ask yourself, how many children are still trapped in this cycle, undiagnosed, unseen, unheard? How many professionals are unknowingly pulled into the performance, thinking they're helping when they're enabling abuse? This is why awareness matters. This is why we must speak about it. According to the DSM-5, factitious disorder imposed on another includes intentional falsification of physical or psychological symptoms in another person. The behavior occurs without external rewards. The perpetrator, not the victim, receives the diagnosis. It cannot be better explained by another mental disorder. It is not malingering. It is not a delusion. It is deliberate and devastating. Treatment begins with protecting the child, by separating them from the abuser. But that's just the beginning. These individuals are often expert manipulators. They may fool therapists, judges, entire legal systems. They deny, they blame others, they cry on cue. They have rehearsed every angle, and the child? Some never realize what happened. Others spend years recovering from PTSD, anxiety, and deep confusion. They grow up wondering what was real, who to trust, whether they were ever truly sick or just used. So what can we do? First, stay awake. Don't assume. Don't be fooled by surface-level compassion. Second, look for patterns, repeated hospital visits, inconsistent symptoms, no clear diagnosis, symptoms that only appear at home. Third, protect the vulnerable. Speak up, trust your instincts. If something feels wrong, it probably is. This isn't paranoia, it's awareness. And in a world where even love can be weaponized, awareness is a form of resistance. If you've stayed with me until now, thank you. You're one of the few willing to confront the shadows others ignore. If you want to learn more about hidden manipulation, psychological abuse, and the disorders that operate behind kind faces, subscribe now. But more importantly, share this message. Because silence protects the abuser, awareness protects the child.